Highway.
Y'all know what this is.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Antics, bro. We are live and in full effect, man. We are very, very close to the draft. A few days away. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the fun begins, bro. Top like as you roll in here, man. It is going to be a late night antics as we talk about here. Lots to break down. Lots of news. Come on. And then we're gonna go with a couple of mock draft scenarios, man. So news of the day, man. As you can tell, panic mode. All right, some of the girly fans, all right, getting panicky about the Giants. I'm not one of them, dude. I'm honestly out on team trade up. I don't want to do it. There's not a Miles Garrett. It has to be a Miles Garrett, Calvin Johnson caliber type of dude. They don't have it in this draft. At the further review, pretty good players, but not worth the draft capital. I mean, you got all these picks from Michael Parsons. You got to make them count, man. You got to show something for the trade. All right, you start trading all these picks. That trade for Micah becomes a total botching. You know what I mean? If they trade up, they botch the trade for Micah. They lose. They completely lose that trade, man. Because you're not trading up for another Michael, but there's not a Michael Parsons in here. Some people might say Arvell Reese. That's still a little bit of a projection because everybody talking about Arvell Reese is the next Michael Parsons, hoping that he can be, this DPR kind of guy, pass rusher. I mean, he could be, he might be, but I'm not doing it, man. I'm sticking and picking. All right, so Cowboys Nation just needs to calm down, take a deep breath. This happens every year. It's rumor central, rumor city, and that's just the way it is. This was all created by the mainstream media to get more conversation and keep the mock draft discussion going. And what better team to do it than the Cowboys? All right, basketball, it's the Lakers. Baseball, it's the Yankees and the Dodgers. Right? It's the teams that have this legacy that brings in the viewership. So it's no surprise that they keep bringing in, they keep dragging in the Cowboys. Oh, we got 2 first-round picks. They're the team most likely to move up. Stephen Jones kind of squashed that a little bit. It didn't seem like they were interested in doing such a thing, which I hope it's true. I hope it stays that way. The Giants, they do now have 2 first-round picks because they traded Dexter Lawrence for that number 10 pick overall. They totally ripped off the Bengals, by the way. That they ripped them off big time, dude. That crap's crazy, man. Can you imagine being a Bengals fan? Days away from the draft, thinking you're gonna get a badass prospect. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dexter Lawrence, he's a really good player. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a Quinnen Williams kind of guy, right? But he's a vet. You're excited for the draft to get a new collegiate rookie, and they don't get to celebrate that. So Giants now they have 5-10. You know, who knows what the combination is going to be? Could be two defensive players, could be two offensive players, it could be one of each. Who knows what they're gonna do? Whatever they do, so be it. You know what I mean? If the Cowboys and fans believe in the process of scouting and this sorts of thing, you should be okay at 12-20. All right. Uh, Cowboys do have a little bit of a rocky road drafting defensively. So I can see where there are the fans that still want to trade up, but I'm officially not trading up. What is going on here? Okay. Uh, so that's where we're at on that. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments. Are you team trade up? Are you stick and pick? I think I have a poll here that I can run, and we do want to run this. I want to run this to find out what you guys want to do. Do you? I'll post this up here. Should the Cowboys move up? Should the Cowboys trade up, or should they stick and pick? Along with sticking and picking, you can also trade down. So that's kind of one and the same. Okay, so the options are going to be one. Option one is going to be trade up. Option two is going to be stick and pick. All right, so we're going to create this poll here. I want everybody to answer this. So you're going to reply in the chat. All you have to do is type one if you or two for if you think the Cowboys should trade up. In the chat, reply one. If you think they should stick and pick, reply with the number two. So one for trade up, two for stick and pick. Let me know what you guys think the Cowboys should do. For me, it's gonna be stick and pick, bro. We're stick picking. So I'm getting involved in this as well. Stick and pick. All right. Go ahead and put yours in here. One for let's trade up. Two for stick and pick. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat here if you want to answer that, and we'll see what the consensus here. So far, it looks like a lot of you guys do want to stick and pick. That's good. No panic mode here at the blog. We keep it real here, baby. All right. Let's go over some super chats here. We got coming in here. Your boy Mike. The Giants have both 5 and 10. Definitely scares me. It doesn't scare me at all, man. I think it's just they're gonna have another pick, right? Now the Cowboys, they gotta answer those. You know, Cowboys do with 12-20, they need to hit on them. I have said that this is a monumental draft. Whichever team, the Giants or the Cowboys, nail this draft class will be the next team representing the NFC East in the next in the future Super Bowl. You know, within I was within the next 2 years, maybe three. This is a huge draft class, man, for these teams because you got the Giants that kind of have this momentum, the youth movement going. They're going to add two more picks here now. They got a new head coach. Cowboys, they're trying to reopen that window. So they have to hit on their two picks as well. They moved on from Micah. They have a high-powered offense with Pickens and Lamb, and now they have to hit with these two first-round picks. So that's where it's at, man. But it doesn't scare me. Appreciate that super chat, your boy Mike. Got another one here from my boy Mike. The Giants have both 5 and 10. Oh, we just answered that one. My bad. I really hope we don't draft Kedrick Falk. I don't either, dude. I'm not on that. Some people do like him. Some people are projecting that he will, be something. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player, but 12 is a little rich for me. So I get that. At 20, maybe that's a little bit more palatable for some, but still, there's just a lot of other prospects in this draft class that you go through the list as far as like, would you rather have this than this guy? And I think we'll do a little bit of that. Special guest tonight in the house, Danny Savage joining the show tonight. Danny, what's up, bro?
Boom. Greetings. I apologize. Gremlins, bro. Jerry Jones is sending gremlins to all my computer stuff. I
Oh,
apologize.
no, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. We are here, Saturday Night Antics, bro. It's one of those days we're getting down to it, Danny. A few days
Four
away, man.
days. 4 days. Yeah, it's got here quick, man.
Yeah,
Got here quick. You
got,
hear
got,
about that? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna ask you, man. We've got this poll going here. I want to get your input. Should the Cowboys trade up or should they stick and pick?
All right. Here's my theory on that. If the Dallas Cowboys trade up and we already gave one of the Micah first round picks away for Quinn Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we trade up and we give up either the 20 or the 12, what did we really get from Micah Parsons? It's it's
Exactly. Yeah.
it's a joke. It's common sense, but unfortunately, common sense is not common, and our fans want us to trade up. They either want Bailey. Listen, I just hope the Joneses don't screw up this draft, man. Listen, if they're
Yeah.
gonna go up, I'm not even. I think I'm. I think. Don't get me wrong. Mendoza is my QB1, but I think he's a product of the Cincinnati offense, the Signetti system, because the quarterback the year prior to him, he threw 38 touchdowns, and he went like round 7 to the San Fran. We have too many holes to to trade up, man. It's just It's comical.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's where I've fallen in it too. We got to have something to show for the trade, right? Because otherwise, that trade becomes nothing. You know what I mean? So
Nothing.
yeah, I'm totally with you. Got another super chat here from your boy Mike.
Mike in the house.
I'm the only I'm the only okay with trading up if it's 6-39 from the Browns, but I don't see that happening. So I'm definitely sticking and picking. Yeah, a lot of this has been the mainstream media, right? Like I forgot who it came from, but we've seen, I think the first one that came out was from McShay, right? He kind of said about, oh, they want to trade with the Cardinals and go from 12 to 3. That's going to take your 12 and 20 pick. I don't want to do that, right?
Yeah,
And
more. That might be more even.
yeah, it might even be more. And the other one too that has made the rounds is this one here as well, 6-39. You know, I don't particularly like that one either because you're moving up to 6, but then your next pick doesn't come until all the way to 39. So I don't particularly like that one either. But again, they're all mainstream media. The Cowboys haven't come out and say, and why would they? Why would they come out and say, "This is our plan. We want to do this"? You know what I mean? Mainstream media, they have nothing else to do but
Yeah,
bring up these scenarios. I mean, there are scenarios because that's what we talk about too. But
of
it's getting
course.
kind of crazy. Right? It's getting kind of crazy now.
Yeah, like sometimes I tell him, like, yo, slow day? Is it a slow day at the office? Like this, is this the only thing you can come up with? Instead of like breaking down draft players. Oh no, we're gonna trade up. Like for what? Who? Uh, I
Yeah,
just can't. Nah. We
yeah,
have no
man.
defense.
We have so today we're really going to talk about sticking and picking here, um because there's going to be a lot of movement. There's a lot of speculation as far as like who's going to take who at the top of the draft. Nobody really knows. So, but I do feel that there's going to be somebody, maybe one or two players that the fan base likes that's going to be there. You know what I mean? I think there's a good chance Bane could be there. If you
Yes,
like him, I think there's a good chance that I do think that Downs is still going to fall. I don't know if I mean it's going to take a certain team to be fully in love with him, and he's a little bit more of a compact safety. You know what I mean? Those compact safeties typically don't go high like that. Where they usually drop to the 20s, second round, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's undersized. I'm sorry. Like people say, like I'm hating on the kid. I'm not. He's my fifth ranked safety. But when all his highlight clips is against Grambling and Ohio in the MAC, and then the one hit he put on in his best game was against Miami in the playoffs. But yo, he hit a true 17-year-old true freshman. He laid the rock on him. Well, when you're 21, you should crack a 17-year-old. But that's who he did. And that's all the videos they're showing of this kid. I just don't see it. I mean, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not hating on him.
Yeah.
But he's my fifth. I'm not.
Let's talk about Kedrick Falk. A lot of the fan base is not on board for this whatsoever. I'm included. I don't want him, especially at 12. Danny, where do you stand on Falk possibly being the pick at 12 or maybe even at 20?
I I think 12 is very, very rich for Fork.
Yeah.
I would not pick him at Fork. I mean, excuse me, at 12. I think at 20 it might be into consideration because he's not even old enough to drink a beer. He's only 20 years old. He turns 21 in September, I believe. And I know they're going to start him out on he's 6'5", 280, and he looks like a toothpick. He looks crazy thin. So the kid could put on 30 pounds, but is Dallas going to have like give him the 3 years to put on the 30 pounds. I mean,
Hmm.
I do think Auburn used him wrong this past season. He did have a better 2024 than 2025, but I could see him sliding because you know what it is? Like, okay, perfect example. Lack of production. Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals took Shamar Stewart last year, like in the teens, and he had like one sack in 4 years. But he was Mr. Pressure. He had a lot of pressures. He had like one sack in 4 years. So, and granted, the Seattle Cincinnati Bengals uh just gave away the 10th pick overall in the draft to the Giants,
It's,
for Dexter Lawrence.
yeah, it's wild, bro. It's really crazy. So what I want to do now is I want to try to figure out. Let's try to flesh this out as far as like the Cowboys' possible board, what it could look like at 12, right? So fans are really scared of Falk at 12. Let's try to see what better prospects might be there, and it could be offense too. You know what I mean? So let's just say let's go through a few prospects here, Danny. At 12, would you rather take Falk or Jordan Tyson? And if you feel that the Falk is better than Tyson, that's no problem. But let's go through a couple of these. Would you take Jordan Tyson or Kedrick Falk at 12?
I love Jordan Tyson when he's healthy, but I think just the other day he worked out and he just caught balls. He must have the worst hamstring injury in the history of sports, or there's something wrong because he didn't go to the Senior Bowl, he didn't go to the combine, and now he's only saying he can catch passes. He wasn't running, he didn't run a 40. So like I said, he's number two on my wide receiver list, but I put it out early. Uh, Jordan Tyson, I would prefer Cornell Tate if he was there at 12, but
Oh,
over Fork, sure, that's like flip a coin. You got a 20-year-old kid that you don't know what you're gonna do with him, and then you got another wide receiver that the only time he was healthy was when he was born. Because he's been hurt every year in college. Every year in college, he's missed 3 to 4 games. And they're all like that's a tough one, man.
I think that's the toughest one to choose from because of the injuries, right? He's
Yeah,
when healthy guy, and the thing about it is the saying, the old adage is if they're banged up in college, they're gonna be banged up in the big leagues, right? So That one does scare me. I'm with you. I think that's one that's a coin flip for me as well. So that one, I don't know. Fans, let me know in the comments in the chat. Would you take Jordan Tyson or Kendrick Falk? Let me know in the chat. I'm interested to see what you guys think of that one there. Okay, let's go to another prospect, Nanny. Kendrick Falk or Dylan Thieneman?
Oh, Dylan Thielen, hands down,
Hmm.
hands down,
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
down,
that would be mine too.
hands.
Um, Kedrick Falk or Kenyon Sadiq?
I'll go for. I go Falk.
Yeah,
Honestly,
okay. Okay.
we don't need a 6'3", 240 pound. We don't need a 6'3", 240 pound tight end who
Mhm.
will catch passes, but he ain't blocking nobody. I'll tell you that right now. He ain't blocking nobody.
Here's a good one here. Yeah, because I don't think the Cowboys have Kenyon Sadiq that high, but I do think that this name here that I'm about to ask you is high on the Cowboys offensive list. Kendrick Falk or Vega Ione?
Well, then we have. If you go that route, I don't have a problem putting Tyler Smith to left tackle, but now instead of paying him $20 million, he's going to want $30 million. Headache or not play, but you would have one hell of a left side of the line. You definitely would have two bruises,
Hmm.
and we're
Yeah,
picked. That's a 20. Keldrick Forko, I'm a big ugly. I would probably go Penn State guard. I would go to. I call him Manu Manu Slender from the Necessary Roughness movie. I think he's because at 20, I only he is a much safer pick, and he's just a 6'3", 340 pound mauler. He's you know what you're getting with him from day one. Where Keldrick Fork is a question mark. Where and I only Mano Mano Slender, he's a stepping starter. Boom
mm,
at left guard,
yeah.
and then but then you have to like it's going to take more dominoes to drop because then at that point, I guess you put Tyler Guyton in the right tackle, and they got to cut steel. They're not going to have an $18 million backup. You know, I mean,
I think it's something that would it would be interesting to see, man. Because I think at whether it's 12 or 20, I think they have him higher. I think they have him higher than Falk. So whether it's at 12 or 20, I think they would take Vega, and the fan base would be like, "What the hell, right? Like, why are we taking a guard this high?" But I mean, they took Booker at 14 last year, right? So
at
really,
12, at 12,
was it
12,
12?
we took some good. Yeah,
So I mean, it's like not out of the realm. Hmm.
that kid is a freight train.
And
They got I own.
I think he's one of the ones that are not being talked about at all. That could sneak up on fans and could be the pick. So that's one. Okay, here's another one for you guys and Danny. Kedrick Falk or let's see one of these guys falls to us. Kedrick Falk or Caleb Downs.
I would go Fork with that one.
Okay.
I would go Fork over Caleb Downs. He just I've watched. I missed one Ohio State game in the last 2 years, and legit, I have no reason to lie. Ohio State is not my team. Uh but I cannot sit there and say I watched every single one of their games except one, and I was like, "Damn, Caleb Downs had a good game. Damn, see that like he made a difference. He made a difference in a win or loss." I just think Caleb Downs is a phenomenal athlete, but he was surrounded by all four. He was surrounded by all 4 stars and some 5 stars. So you can be halfway decent. You can be good, but when you're surrounded by that great talent, you're gonna look much better. And anyone that thinks anyone that has Caleb Downs over Dylan Thieneman, go watch Dylan Thieneman's Purdue tape when he was the only one on defense, and he was a one-man show.
Hmm.
So
No,
he's
I have Thieneman over Downs as well.
yes.
This is a good one here, Danny. If it's Mesidor and Falk, who would you take? Chat, you can answer this as well. Would you take
I got
Mesidor?
it. Oh, Mesidor is 25, almost 26. Uh, and he has a place in this league. Look, don't get me wrong. Now, let's say if the Cowboys were one player away, I would say Mesidor because he's plug and play, but he's older and you're probably going to get one contract out of him. But since the Dallas Cowboys haven't won nothing in 31 years, and it looks like we're not going to win nothing for another 31 years, I would roll the dice on Keldrick Fork, who's only 20 years old. And in the same token, I don't think it's a great question. But when you're grading these guys and watching them, it's really hard to because let's be honest, Keldrick Fork is not even done growing yet. So to rate to compare a 20-year old to a 25, 26-year old grown man, that's a tough one. But the older cats do have their place, but I would roll the dice on Keldrick Fork on that one.
Yeah,
I
it's a
would.
good one. I myself, I think I would go Mesidor. I think you're looking to hit on this window of Dak. Supposedly, we're looking at a 3-year window with Dak, but I could see them hanging on to the very bitter end till the wheels completely fall off. But I like Mesidor's production. I think it's good. I think he's NFL ready. And with this whole NIL thing, with these guys getting this money, I kind of
Yeah,
feel that I feel like the league is going to get older because these guys, unless you're a first rounder, sure hit kind of guy, they're going to stay in longer. I think we're going to start seeing more of these 24, 25-year-old guys coming into the league for the NIL money. So, um, in the beginning of this whole process, I was completely out on the age, but as I've been thinking about it and the whole NIL thing and shit, I'm just like, I think we're gonna start seeing more of this, man. You
definitely.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, but that's where I fall on that. Okay, another one here for you, Danny. Falk or Ruben Bain?
Bane, Bane, no doubt.
Mhm.
I don't like comping people a lot. I really don't. But Bane reminds me of Brandon Graham from Michigan. He played like a decade with Philly, where he lines up like really wide out in that 4 point track stance. I would go Bane. Bane.
I think
Yeah,
Bain could be the guy that's staring at you at 12, man.
yeah, I agree with you 1000%. I think Bane could be a sneaky pick. Is Bane a sneaky pick? It could either be T.J. Parker out of Clemson. Could be a sneaky pick. Uh, it's listen. I mean,
Let's talk about Parker because I agree. Parker is one of these guys that's really flying under the radar. Talked about early in the process, but kind of has, kind of disappeared. Everybody's focusing on a lot of other people. What? And he has that whole Clemson squad has questions as far as like this year was better than this year. So when we talk about TJ Parker, I feel like he falls in that category as well. But and a young guy as well. If you were to if you wanted to go the young guy route, would you go Parker or Falk?
they're similar in age. I mean, Park is not no 24, 25 year old guy. So I would go Park. It's just you got to trust your eyes on his 2024 tape. He's a top 5 pick. His 2025 tape, he's day 3 pick. Now, granted, in 2025, he had 5 sacks. 4 of them came in one game next to last game. Him and Woods, in my opinion, they just how can I phrase this? They just they believe too much of that pre-draft hype,
Hmm.
if that makes any sense. And they decided, well, let's take the year off and not get hurt but he's a sneaky pick. Oof, Bain or Parker. That's a good one right there, man. If they were both there,
Oh, with Bain and Parker, I would still take Bain.
yeah,
I
I
think
believe so too,
I
because
think he's
he has the hot hand, and I
oh
don't know if, and especially if if Parker took off 2025, what's going to happen when he gets the bigger bag,
hmm
and and the bigger bag from Dallas and the Dallas spotlight. I think Bain would be the safer pick at 12. I think.
hmm Yeah, man. Let's talk about let's talk about the run on linebackers. Where do you feel that it could start? You think it starts in the first round, mid first round, end of the first, or is it more like nobody gets? And I'm not counting Sonny Styles and Reese's line. I'm talking about like your Jacob Rodriguez, Josiah Trotters, your these other guys, right? So where do you think the run on linebacker starts?
Those guys, I'm going to say late two, early three. Round three is when you're going to see the start of the run. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
late two, early three, you're going to see the run on those guys. Because even though they're great, they have great production on the field. I don't know if these scouts are going to see if that. I don't think those a lot of scouts are going to see that transfer over into the NFL because listen, Jake Rodriguez, his tape is phenomenal. He has instincts. I think he does watch a lot of film. He plays physical. He does punch the ball out. I love that. Everything I love about him. But like in my head, when I do all my rankings and stuff like that, I'm saying, how would he have played in the Big Ten? How would he have played in the SEC? Big 12 is a joke. It is. It's besides Texas Tech. Big 12 is it's comical. I don't know where they get their kids from, but it's like but no, but like listen, I love Rodriguez, I love Wisniewski, I love Lee Hunter. I just think late two, early three would be value. But yet if someone took him in like the end of the first round and he turns out to be a great player, I don't have a problem with that. I don't at all. It's just whatever you think he can you know, if he can transfer that to the next level. But if anyone took him late one, don't be shocked you see a guy like Mike Vrabel take a guy like him, even though New England needs offensive linemen, but he can play. But you got that clump. You got him, you got Smith. I mean Anthony Hill. I always get them confused. You got Rodriguez, Anthony Hill, Josiah Trotter. You got that three, and I have a lot of good guys after them, but there's a kind of a dip. There is a dip in talent
Yeah,
after those like top. I'm gonna say four because to me, I look at Reese as an edge. I
right,
mean,
right.
I
Yeah,
mean that's
I'm not
just
looking yeah, those guys. Sonny Styles, maybe he's more of a linebacker, but I think that run. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sure where that's the one that's hard to answer. That's why if you ask 20, I think fans would want to move down from 20 a little bit, pick up a third or something like this, and then take Jacob, at like 26 or 29 or somewhere like this. But if you don't find a partner and you're there at 20, myself, I wouldn't have a problem taking him at 20 myself. I would be um I would be good with it.
well. I think we have a partner already. It's San Fran. I'm telling you, that's collusion. It's. I'm telling you, no way. There's gonna be a. We're gonna make a trade with the San Francisco 49ers. I'm sorry, because Osa Odigizua was he wasn't worth a fifth rounder, let alone a third rounder. So, in my opinion, I think we're going to be trading back to 27. and get like a fifth rounder or something from him, which has to raise eyebrows. But we'll see. Like I said, as long as the kid can play, I could care less. But then like we still got to double dip, and then listen. I know it would probably be the most boringest draft in the world. But if we double dip to safety, linebacker, and two defensive linemen, I would be the happiest person in the world. I know the fans wouldn't, but I would.
Let's play devil's advocate here. All right, everybody. Let's. I mean, for a lot, this would be a little bit of a nightmare scenario. Let's say the devil's advocate and Danny that the Cowboys did in fact take Falk at 12. What should the 20th pick be? If you're looking at best player available or need, what the heck does this team need? And we're still missing. What should 20 be if 12 is Falk?
If 12 was Fork, automatically linebacker and safety become the top two needs. So it would be whoever you had highest on the board. And I would hope if we were in that position that Caleb Downs went earlier. And I would hope that it would be Dylan Thieneman, or because even in the '90s when we won our three Super Bowls in 5 years, uh, it seems like the Dallas Cowboys have never valued the linebacker position. We let Ken Norton just walk away to the 49ers, and then, but, we drafted good, though. We took Darren Smith out of Miami, and we took,
Mhm.
we had Dixon Edwards. We had other linebackers to like step into their place and still win. So I think Jerry still has that in his mindset of we can get away with average guys in the middle as long as we have great, as long as we have four monsters up front, two good corners, and a safety. I think Jerry is still going by that because it just seems like we've never. I mean,
Yeah,
I would, in the last 30 years, besides Micah, well, we took Micah round one, and we took LVE round one. Am I missing any other linebackers in the last 31 years in round one?
round one you had. I mean, we're talking about like a traditional linebacker, right?
Yeah,
So I wouldn't count Ware. He was a outside linebacker, 3-4.
exactly. Spencer,
Uh,
same thing.
Spencer, same thing.
Spencer's.
So, um, yeah, it's rare. LVE is probably one of the ones
LV,
that they've used here recently, and that was at 18, right? So it is possible that it could happen. Rashawn Evans was taken as well in the first, right, by Tennessee, and then
yeah.
so there could be a run. I'm just wondering where it would be at. Um, but man, dude, I'm wondering what is the surprise going to be? Who is the name that is not on that 30 visit list? And I think one of them is Thieneman. He wasn't a 30 visit,
Which is
but
smart.
man, that guy
Smart.
can play. Yeah, he can run that secondary. He would run Christian Parker's defense and play all over the place. I like that pick there. At 20, Danny, what's your they now they've been looking at a lot of cornerbacks, right? Like that is very evident on their 30 visit list. So
No, 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 no corners. No.
20.
Listen, as crazy as it sounds,
Mhm.
and people would probably, you know, throw tomatoes at me. Instead of a corner at 20, and there was a high ranked safety on the board, I'd rather double dip it. I'd rather double dip with a safety than a corner. I'm tired of drafting corners. Yo, give me a great pick. Yo, when the you do not, I've said it a million times, a great pass rush makes the most average corner look great. Yet We love drafting corners. I'd love to see how many corners we've drafted in the first round in the last 31 years. But Jerry loves that position to draft.
Yeah.
A corner at 20. Listen, if you put a gun to my head, Avion Terrell out of Clemson, I think he's flying extremely under the radar. I think I don't want no hurt guys. Uh, and I think he would slide a little bit because of he's not the biggest. But then Dallas Cowboys do like to draft bigger corners, so I don't think he would be a great fit on Dallas. But he would be him. It probably would be him or Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. Probably would be the top corners on the board at 20, and you could flip a coin. To be honest with you, on
Yeah.
both, I think Chris Johnson is flying very, very under the radar. He was two-time MVP of his conference. He's flying. He could be that pick. He could be that surprise pick where people say, "Who, where, what college?" That
Yeah.
no, like
It definitely would be. Chris Johnson is one name to really keep an eye on. The Aztec, right? So
yeah,
I
San
think
Diego State.
I think he would be there. I think Colton Hood would be another name that's
I
on
do,
the
I do like Colton Hood. I think
on
he's
the
a.
what's your thought as far okay, what about this? Let's go just at 20, right? Jermod McCoy, would he still be in the mix?
No, no, no,
Supposedly they're out on him, so but they
no.
did bring him in for a closer look. So I'm wondering, are they out on him, or is it a smokescreen? Or I don't. I'm with you though. I feel like you're gonna have to wait for him to be ready. He's not gonna participate in mini camps or training camps or this kind of thing. So
When they took Sharon Revelle in the third round, our fan base thought we were getting Deion Sanders again. Oh yeah, this that. I truly, I'd like to know like what percentage of people in this world have had surgeries before, and they think, oh, it's just a knee. Don't worry about it. Let's spit on it, put some dirt, put on a band-aid. He'll be fine. And he was nowhere to be found, OTAs, nothing, just standing there working with the bands around his knee, his legs. And then training camp comes and, oh, it's a setback. And then, like,
yep.
you see him at the, nah. And I flipped out over that pick last year because last year we were coming off with four corners surgeries and we just drafted another corner, another hurt corner. But unfortunately, that's where Stephen Jones has to take, the pen away from it or the button, whatever they do it, away from Jerry, because Jerry's never gonna get fired. So the only general manager that does not get fired is the one who drafts hurt players. So nah, I'm out on him. Let somebody else get him. We have and listen, I'm not like hey, listen, okay, perfect example. The Giants now have two first round picks. The Jets have two first round picks. The Rams got two first round picks. He's great for a team like that don't draft hurt people every single year.
Mhm.
He's not good for a team like the Dallas Cowboys, who basically every one of our corners is injured. And now we're going to draft another injury prone? No, 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 no. Don't want
It's scary when you think about it because it's like it's always like they try to sell you on, oh, Dr. Cooper did the surgery, we have the inside track. The only inside track you have is you're getting a dinged up player. I was crossing my fingers that they weren't going to draft Jonathan Cooper, the running back from Texas, because it was the same deal, man. And he didn't come back, bro. This guy stayed hurt. So he's not botched. So you look at Ravel, the setback. I mean, is he going to have confidence in that knee? I'm hoping, I'm hoping year two, a new staff. Hopefully they can bring him back. But yeah, man, no more injury guys. Um, Not early, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand like a drafting stash in a later day three guy, but your early guys, you're expecting them to produce, be on the field, and contribute. Yeah, immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, day one. Your first round pick should be a day one plug and play starter. The NFL, unfortunately, is not a developmental league. We don't have the European League no more, which I wish we did. But he has to be plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
And no, no, and like don't get me wrong, he's high up for me in my rankings, but my rankings for all 32 NFL teams, and all
Right.
32 different NFL teams have different scenarios where you know they might have a loaded corner room, but they're a little bit older, so they can take him and I'll put him on IR for a year. You know, where we're not in that position. You know, and I still can't get over Dak. What, 3, 4 more years? He's what, 37, 38? He's not even going to be able to move at that point. You know, it's like I still can't get that out of my mind. I'm thinking about. I'm like, Jesus.
Let's see who else could be on their board here. Someone that could be on their board between 12 and 20, Danny. Okay, let's talk about, we know all the defensive players. We've talked about them in many ways, many scenarios, but offensively, some tackles. Let's talk about some offensive linemen. Just so that fans know the names and they're not caught off guard, because I like that could happen. Cowboys do it every year. Do you think Monroe Freeling is on their board between 12 and 20?
I have like a third round grade on him. He
Mhm.
did not, he pretty much played 1 year at Georgia. He's a young kid. Do I think he's good? Yes. He needs 30 pounds. If you put 87 on him, he looks like a blocking tight end. But he has that frame to fill out. I also think he might start out on the right side than the left.
Mhm.
But I mean, pl- I would go. I would besides to go with him. I would rather go Vega Ione, the guard from Penn State, and put him at left guard and put Tyler Smith to left tackle. I would rather
Oh,
go that route. I would
oh, for sure.
Monroe Freeland.
Yeah.
I think his best football is ahead of him. He just needs to get. He just needs to get a lot bigger and a lot stronger.
So yeah, I don't think he's high on the Cowboys board either. I don't think they have him as a first rounder. Here's the one that's kind of scary. All right, Caden Proctor. Is he on the Cowboys board between 12 and 20, Danny?
I can because it's lazy scouting. I
Mhm.
can. I can because now I got a question. Check this out.
Yeah.
Do all the Cowboy fans and the media do they think that like Tyler Booker is the next Larry Allen just because he has it sucked from day one, like every other Alabama offensive lineman for the last decade? Like he held his own. He had good games, was banged up for a few, but the fact that he just didn't go out there and get, you know, give up 90 sacks. But there were games I did see him get manhandled. So, but the lazy scouting in their world, I could see them saying, oh, well, we hit on Tyler Booker. Let's go back to Alabama and take
Mhm.
left tackle Kanan Proctor, 6'7", 360. I've seen better footwork on cripples. I'm not making fun of him. I think he has his career. He has two paths. He has two paths in the NFL, and that's going to be either playing guard. Actually, he has one path. I think he's either going to play guard or right tackle, And then his last option, he can start up an OnlyFans page and sell pictures of his tits because he has tits, the kid. And I'm just being serious. If you can't, he hides his tits under his shoulder pads. You know, come on, bro. Lose 15 pounds, 20
Yeah,
pounds.
that one scares me. I don't have him as a first round grade at all.
Uh,
But it's funny, man, because you'll see the guys that just watch ESPN or Fox or whatever, and Alabama. They always, I mean, they just throw them in there in the first round. Oh, it's an Alabama O lineman, first round, bust, bust, bust. Like they're all Booker so far. Crossing my fingers and toes that he stays on the path here, but all the other ones complete disasters. And I think Proctor, based on what I've seen, is in line to be on the bus side.
The Titans 2 years ago, they took a kid, Lathan's grandson, I believe.
Yeah, JC Latham. Yep.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
JC Lathan. Okay, so his first year with the Titans, they had him at guard. He had a good year. Then they switched him to tackle, and he gave up double digit sacks.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gave up double digit sacks.
I
So
will- that's the one that does scare me. Like if they called his name at 20, I would be like this. Oh, oh my god, here we go. Fucked it up. You know what I mean? That would be one. So where are you at on Blake Miller, the Clemson guy?
plug and play right tackle, plug and play.
Do you think he would be on the Cowboys board between 12 and 20?
All right. Steele sucks and Guyton sucks.
Yeah.
So we just have to look at right now, who do we think sucks more? And just my opinion, I think right now, Guyton sucks a lot more than, than Terrence Steele. So Blake,
Yeah.
like I said, he's plug and play right tackle in my opinion.
Mhm.
But then what do you do? So then, hey, I guess listen, they could still cut Steele, save that money, but then there's because in my opinion, I don't think the Cowboys would quit on Guyton until they see him fail at right tackle, and I could be wrong about that. But if you took him there, then
Yeah.
left tackle's his home, and we're drafting a left tackle in 2027.
And, and that's what intrigues me about drafting Vega. You know what I mean? It intrigues me because the path would be Tyler Smith to left tackle. You give him a raise, whatever the hell you got to do, he'll play it. You got Vega at left guard, and then you let Guyton battle it out on the right side with Steele and the best man play. But I feel that the Cowboys don't trust their tackles, man, because they're low key looking at some tackles here in the draft. You know what I mean? So they're looking at scenarios, and I'm wondering if it's this what we're talking about. You know, like you get your best man out there, your best five. They always say that you get your best five out there, and it could improve. I mean, it could include Smith going to left tackle. You know, so
You know what it is? I know a lot of fans, it's not sexy. It's not sexy. And just hypothetically as a joke, let's say Dallas took Ione at
mm,
whatever, and then they followed it back, with Blake Miller. But now if your offense can hold on to that ball 35, 40 minutes of the game, even the defensive players that are not that great are gonna look good because they're fresh as hell.
mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say? If that makes any sense. I do not see them drafting two offensive linemen in the round one. But you see, we're talking logical now. And then I just don't know why Dallas is the only team in the NFL that has to draft offensive linemen in round one, and they can't find monsters. They still got Ajani Cornelius, I mean, or they might throw him at right tackle, Ajani Cornelius, cut Steele.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. You can do if they believe in a Johnny Cornelius, throw him at right tackle, cut Steele, put Ione at left tackle, and then you got basically Tyler Smith at left tackle. Then the only issue is he's going to want left tackle money,
Mm,
But
yeah.
there's a million things, and I also think I think center a swing. We have no swing guard, swing center. I think that's a sneaky need. I think BB. I think he kind of regressed his second year, but in the same token, he played a position he's never played before. So I don't blame it all on him. I blame it on the Cowboys. You played this. Don't worry about it. You can do that. You can play that play. You can play that position. That's what the Cowboys do.
The lane. What about the lane and Casey Concepcion? I think the lane's gonna be gone real early. I think he could go as early as the Browns. I mean, maybe even the Cardinals. Cardinals, they need everything, right? So I think he could be anywhere from 3 to. I don't think the lane's gonna fall to us, but he's good. As far as like KC Concepcion, I think mid first round. Maybe that's where you have him. Where do you have KC at, Danny?
I think he was 4 on my rankings. Uh, I do my rankings for all 32 NFL teams,
Mhm.
not for Dallas.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I had him at 4. I just, it seems when Dallas spends their first round picks on wide receivers, they're all 6'1 plus. They like the bigger guys.
That's right.
Where Concepcion is about 5'10,
Mhm.
5'11 if he's standing on his tippy toes. They usually don't go the smaller. I mean, besides Kevin Williams back in the day out of Miami,
Yep.
I mean, they just Dallas, like, and a lot of NFL teams, they don't care about it's, which is messed up. They don't care what they see on the college screen. They say if he's not this size, he's not this, he's not that, he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna transfer over into the next, you know, into the NFL. Like I said, like we were chatting, I'm waiting for AI to do a draft for an NFL team 1 year to see what happens when a computer picks players. You
It's
know,
gonna happen. One of these GMs is gonna get canned for using Chat GPT, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get found out because I mean they canned the one from Minnesota for using PFF. What a disaster! Can you imagine relying on PFF to
for
build
the
your?
for the fans that are out there, PFF grades are horrendous. They suck. If you do a mock draft on PFF and it says you did bad, no, you had a good mock draft. Now, if you do a mock draft on PFF and it says, oh, you got an A plus or a 99, your draft sucks. PFF is horrendous. And that's, but then the guy who was doing that, my question is, who interviewed him? Somebody hired him. Like, I got to go back to him and say, like, you never put the light on the guy, and like, what's your football knowledge? Like, I'm trying to say to be looking at PFF because someone hired him.
Yeah, some people are just really good at the BS game. You know what I mean? I mean, we
Oh, we
we
know
see,
a lot of them. A
we see
lot
that.
of them.
I mean, we see that in our space as well. So it's like some people are just real good at just BSing, and they that's how they get through life. You know what I mean? Just playing the game. Like I don't know. That was crazy. Danny, let's talk about some draft gems. All right, we're talking anywhere from if you get this guy in the first, he's a steal. Second, third, or late round guys. Like, give me a name or two, or who is somebody that could be a gem for the Cowboys, and how would they fit in here?
And gem in round 2. We don't have a round 2 pick, so that one's out.
Mhm.
So let's start at 3. A gem. Phew. I I think Josiah Trotter out of Missouri could be one of those guys. Uh, Linebacker, very athletic, very good size. Even though I love later rounds, I love Jack Kelly out of BYU, which that'll be like the first BYU person I've ever liked in my life. I do like Red Murdoch out of Buffalo.
Mhm.
A gem late round off field issues is Delmonte Capehart, defensive tackle out of Clemson, 6'5", 330, and his 10-yard split is faster than half of the edges at the combine. And he had out of Woods, Parker, and Capehart, he had the best season whatsoever. And he's just he that big, that size, that fast is a scary combination. But he's going to fall back. He has a few arrests. Big deal. He's not no serial killer. But round one, a steal in round one, I'd say at 20, it would be somebody that tumbled, tumble. But then I also say to myself, I tend to overthink myself a lot. There's a reason that person tumbled, but then we also know half the NFL can't draft. Ah, if Thienemann's available at 20, I think that's a steal. A steal
Mhm.
if he's available at 20. If he is.
Oh yeah.
Uh a late round edge, I would feel a little bit better if we traded back maybe two, three, as petty as that is, 3 or 4 more picks, is the kid Zion Young out of Missouri, the edge. A
Mhm.
lot of people are not talking about him at all.
Mhm.
At I mean, and I think he's my fourth ranked edge. 6'5", 270. I mean,
That's funny
he
that you
has.
said that. That's where I have him too, man. I got him at 4.
Yeah, I swear to you, I got him at 4. We
Yeah,
have no reason to lie. We didn't exchange our information. He's
yeah.
4, 6'5", 270. He had 7 sacks. Not getting a lot of love. I honestly wouldn't even have a problem with him at 20. But I'd feel a little bit better if we went back 2, 3, 4 more picks, grabbed him. I
Mhm.
think he could be a steal.
Yeah. Yeah,
If you
that's what
got
I'm looking at too, Zion Young. Yeah, he hits all the check marks for McClay. Height,
yeah,
wingspan, arm length, hand. I mean, this guy's a giant. He's a big dude, man. All SEC. Yeah, I
if you
like.
took if you told me I could get Ruben Bain, or if everything's handles out with Parker and Zion Young at 20 or in the 20s, coming out with 2 stud defensive linemen, I'd be happy. If you told me we took Thieneman at 12 and Zion Young in the 20s, I would do backflips. Like I said, me personally, I'll throw one pick at a running back in round day 3, but it has to be defense. It has to be. We don't have a defense. So, I mean, he's a sneaky pick and
Mm,
no one's talking about him. Nobody. So,
mm.
and we all know half the people can't draft, but all a fan base wants is David Bailey. It seems like it seems like every team wants David Bailey out of Texas Tech. I just
My,
don't
my
see it.
my my comp for David Bailey's Bud Dupree because of he's a little bit stiff. And I remember when Bud Dupree came out. I liked him, but he didn't have the bend. You know what I mean? He was kind of stiff. You know what I mean? He was kind of like an upright guy. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
really has to beat you with speed because he's not gonna dip
and,
and
and and that's the thing. And when you can't beat someone with speed, and he's 6'2", 230, when you don't have that dip and bend,
Mhm,
and you're 6'2", 230, Panay Sewell's going to throw you to the ninth row of the
mhm.
stadium. People just
Yeah.
nah.
Let me ask you this, Danny. I'm this whole what is What is the major difference between a Danny Dennis Sutton and a Kedrick Falk, in your opinion? Because I feel like both of these guys are big. They're tall dudes. One slender than the other one, obviously. But outside of that, what is the difference between those two guys?
Not much. Uh if you for the Cowboys, like I said, I think Danny Dennis Sutton is a better fit because I think Danny Dennis Sutton is same kind of height, same kind of frame, and Danny Dennis Sutton is like 260 and he looks light. So he's a guy who could put on a lot of frame. This is what people don't realize. That's why you can have 1,000 players, but one guy might fit better on another organization than the other. If you asked me right now, who would I want to be on the Cowboys? Keldrick Fork or Danny Dennis Sutton? I would pick Danny Dennis Sutton because
Yeah,
he's more ready to step in and play right away, in my
right.
opinion.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah,
I would go Sutton. That's what a lot of people just don't
yeah.
don't
Like that.
realize.
I think he's another one that would be a surprise for fans if they call his name in the first round. Like they say the name, like who? Danny Dennis Sutton.
Yeah,
He's the one that's kind of flying under the radar. Just like
they say a lot of times, like, not so much the media, but the scouts and the teams don't talk about people on purpose, just so, like, they can hope and slide that they get to them. You know what I'm saying? But
that's exactly what I think happens. That's exactly. I agree 1,000%. That's why this whole smokescreen crap. I don't buy it at all. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna do any of that, man. Just they like to stay where they're at, man.
I just
I don't.
hope they don't get cute. As long as we don't take it, I'm telling you, I've had two nightmares that we draft that we drafted a tight end at 20.
Okay,
I
well,
had
okay. Let me ask you this. Let's play devil's advocate with the tight end in the first. Kenyon Sadiq or Eli Stowers?
neither. Neither, because don't get me. But see, the fans would love them because they'll go out and they'll catch 7 touchdowns. But when your running back is getting tackled, okay. Tyler Guyton sucks. He's 6'7", 330. What are we gonna do? Send over a 6'3", 240-pound tight end to help him? No. That's why tight ends, you got to be able to do both. You have to have the soft hands. You got to be able to catch, but you also got to block. I like Stowers. I like Sadiq. But they'll get you. But now since we've gone to like a league where everyone just cares about stats. Oh yeah, he got 7 touchdowns. Yeah, that's great. He can't block nobody. So like I said, I don't. I honestly don't know if this tight end position is just slowly gonna get phased out to smaller, more athletic guys that forget about blocking, just be like that fourth, fifth best wide receiver on a team and be capable of putting up 8, 9 touchdowns a year, but not being able to block anybody, in my opinion, because I don't know.
Who would
That
be? Let me ask you this, Danny. Let's say we go to the draft, first round. They take an edge guy, and then at 20 they take a defensive back, whether it's a safety or a cornerback. Um, and then let's say in the fourth round they still don't take a linebacker. Where let's say the fifth round, who would be a gem for you as a linebacker who you would feel good about taking in the fifth and who could contribute in rotation and be something maybe even more.
I loved Derek Moore out of Michigan, but our fan base hates Michigan players. 21 career sacks, and he just looks to run your ass right over. I'm not going to say he has the best bend, but he's a dog and he can play. I have no problem with him. I also have no problem with his teammate Joshua Barnum. He's on a bigger side. He's like 6'3", 250-ish, and he also has a little bit of putting his hand down in the third. Fifth round, you're gonna see the Jack Kelly's still being on the board in the fifth round.
Mhm.
Fifth round, you're still gonna see your Buffaloes, Red Murdochs on the board in the fifth round because the NFL does not know how to draft. They don't. They don't. So I can even get those guys late, and uh, I think those would be steals. But then, I mean, I don't know, man. Our fans hate Michigan players, but if they were all sitting with their family and hey, we're the Cowboys, we drafted you, you can't blame them. And don't get me wrong, Mozzie sucked. Schoolmaker sucks even worse. Now they probably suck the same, but you got to, as an owner, you got to call this. Who's ever scouting Michigan has to go. He has to go. Who's ever scouting LSU, he has to go. You know what I'm saying? So like, but there's very good linebackers. You can get a good linebacker day three easily, easily. There's plenty out there day three.
Where do you fall on Harold Perkins or let me see who I got on my list
Kyle
here.
Lewis, Kyle Lewis. If you're gonna
Yeah.
ask
Oh, yeah, they're the same
the
guy.
pit, the pit, yeah, they're basically the same player. And honestly, they're on my safety lists. Kyle Lewis is like 5'10", 220 pounds with quarters in his pocket. Granted, a highlight show. I don't have a problem with him, but you have to have a plan for him. You
Hmm.
got to move him. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. You just line him up everywhere. Same thing with Perkins. Perkins blew his knee out in 2024. This is what I've noticed a lot with Perkins. And this is what a lot of fans don't understand. They see the 40-yard dash, but 40-yard dash numbers and football speed do not equate into both. And when I watched a lot of Perkins who can fly, it's like he seemed to have a lot of trouble diagnosing plays. And even though he has those jets and great, go run track, the running backs, it's like he's still thinking, and the running back is 3 yards that way. Yet he goes to yet he runs a fast 40, but and the same thing could be said for South Carolina's Nick Highball, the wide receiver. Nick Highball can get a gold medal in the Olympics. He's 6'5", like 230. Yet his speed does not translate onto the field at South Carolina. Plus his hands, he has rocks for hands, so that doesn't help him either. But Lewis and Perkins are both on my. They made my safety list because their lack of size. And when you have
Mm.
small defensive linemen, I'm sorry. I want we got whatever linebackers we get. I got no problem with Rodriguez. I got no problem with Trotter. I got no problem with a lot of guys, but a lot of the guys I like for Dallas are on the bigger side. 6'2", 6'3", 240 pound guys. Because when your D line is, a bunch of midgets, you gotta have size somewhere,
Yeah.
you know?
Let's go ahead let's run through a few scenarios here of the first round, Danny. Let's try to figure this crap out. The Cowboys might do here. We'll rerun this a couple times here. Just first round, and then maybe we'll do a 7th round here at the end here. So first round, Make sure that comes up. Here we go. Cowboys stick and pick scenario at 12, man. Okay, they're gonna make their pick here at 12. All right, this scenario. What? Okay, so somebody might fall to them, right? And in this scenario, Sonny Styles fell. Would he be your pick there? Should the Cowboys take him there at 12?
Absolutely. Listen, I know our fan base is on suicide watch, but in 2020, I probably did 10,000 mock drafts, and not one did I put CD Lamb fall to 17. So if CD Lamb can fall to 17, a linebacker can fall to 12.
I that could happen too, man. Because linebackers, the Cowboys, I think the fan base is like, oh, everybody needs linebackers, but they don't, and they really don't go that high, right?
Don't.
So
It seems like this is the draft. The off the ball linebacker has been devalued for how many years? But now this draft, we're gonna have two go in the first 11 picks. I just don't see it because I think some teams do view Reese as a linebacker, but I'm willing to bet $5 one of them is going to be there at 12.
yeah, and this one I like. They already updated this, so they got the Giants taking Bain at 5, and with that trade that they just did earlier today, they took Thieneman at 10, which I could see that too. Thieneman is really moving up the boards here as we get to the home stretch, bro. He might not even be there by the time the Cowboys draft.
I'm
So
telling you, within 5 years, the Giants are going to be in the Super Bowl. Watch,
yeah,
watch.
and that's what I've been saying. Between the Giants and Cowboys, whoever nails their draft will be representing this division within the next few years. Cowboys, they got to get with it, man. If they get lapped again, bro, they got to sell the damn team, man. That's enough. They can't keep getting. They can't keep getting lapped by their division rivals, man. Those 5 Super Bowls, they're gonna eventually give them another another 50 years. They'll be in last place with 5 Super Bowls. These other teams are gonna have 6 or 7 Super Bowls by then, man. You know.
Because it's winning doesn't matter in Dallas. It's just all about the bottom line.
So in this scenario, and this I could see the scenario happening here. I could see that. I could see Reeves, Bailey. I could see Tate going there. Bain.
But you see, I can think the Giants' offensive line is horrendous. And Harbaugh, when he was with Baltimore, he spent a lot of capital on that offensive line. Ronnie Stanley, I mean, a lot of dudes. I don't. I think the Giants. Just my 2 cents. I think the Giants take Mulaga, the right tackle out of Miami. The Giant, I don't know where the Giants found their right tackle last year. I never even heard of the guy. I think they just found him off the street. Hey, you, come on, come over here. You're gonna play right tackle for 17 games. And but I would think for Harbaugh, if they were offense at 5, they're definitely going defense at pick 10.
Yeah, I could see them taking the old lineman as well with one of those picks, even.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll take the best defensive player at.
Mhm.
Yo, how about the Giants? Let's just say the Giants take Reese at 5, Muaga at 10, and now they just you got Burns, Carter, and Reese just rushing the passer. That could be scary, bro. That
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
a
Well,
very scary situation.
Fano, there went Falk. I see Falk. I do see him would be a good fit there for the Ravens. I think he would be a better fit there. Jordan Tyson, there went Omar Cooper. So we're back on the clock here at 20. Let's see. We got our linebacker Sonny Styles. He's most likely going to get that green dot. All right. Do they want to look at like an edge guy now here? You got Mesidor, Young, Parker, Gabe Jackus.
I like Jackus a lot. But I think in their world, I think Zion. I think Zion Young would be. In their world, I think Zion Young. It would be Zion Young then Parker. But I think they would go maybe Zion Young because of the size difference. Because T.J. Parker is not big. He's not tall. He's not.
I totally agree. I 100% agree that it would be Zion Young. Um, and then they're gonna try. They might have something up their wizard sleeve for the second round and try to get that linebacker. Let's see how if they fall here. Let me see. Let's go. Just to we'll go here. Probably should I should have done. I should have done 3 rounds, but we're gonna run this a couple of times. So Zion Young, okay. I mean, if the draft felt like that, I would feel good about that. Sonny Styles falls in your lap, and then you polish off that first round with a Zion Young. I think
And he's
you've upgraded the defense.
yeah,
You
and he
know,
has the size. Dallas has
yeah,
to get away from drafting these small guys, man.
yeah.
Especially when you're 31, 32, stopping the run. I mean,
Let's go 3 in this scenario. Here we go. Let's run it. Let's run it back again. See what we got here. See if it keeps. There's on that one they took Sonny at 5, which I could see them doing that too.
but now that's got to be like the earliest a pure off the ball linebacker has gone in the most recent years. Because
Yeah,
I,
yeah. When you're talking about historically, that's high for a linebacker, right? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, and don't get me wrong, he's a freak. Yo, you can put that kid. I don't even want to say it, but he came into college as a safety, played safety 1 year, and then he played linebacker his 2 years. He's still growing, mental, physically, and learning the game football wise from the linebacker. But he's just a monster in the middle. You can't
bro.
guard.
Well, okay. You know what would be wild, right? Let's say that. What if Sonny Styles fell to them at 12? And I think this would be the surprise of the draft. Let's say, oh, he's falling, and they didn't take him, bro. who would be who would be somebody that they would take over Sonny Styles, bro, and just slap the fans in the face? Who would it be?
A tight end, a tight end. I could see. Yo, as crazy as it sounds, I could see them taking Jeremiah Love at 12. I could see them. Or I could see the Giants even taking him at 10. I wouldn't do it because the Giants need the offensive line, help. 'Cause in my
Oh,
opinion, the Giants have very good skill positions. They do need a running back, but they can get plenty of running backs, day 2, day 3. But a slap in but you see, if they didn't take Sonny Styles and the Cowboys drafted Jeremiah Love, our fan base, I think, would love that more. Oh, because
yeah.
and honestly, like, yo, in a perfect world, just to laugh my ass off, let's go. Let's let the Cowboys draft Jeremiah Love at 12, and then Denzel Boston at 20. So now Dak can have like 15 first round picks around him and still suck. But then the fan base will say, "But what? Look at the defense. They did nothing." Well, all you want to draft is offense. So, like, part of me wants to see that you could give him Jeremiah Love, Denzel Boston, and the fucking Easter Bunny, and he's still not going to win you the Super Bowl. He can't get a ring on the field or off the field. And that's it. People have to accept that. His window is closed. A wrestler, a boxer, a basketball player, a tackle, a tight end. When it closes, man. Don't get me wrong. You have those freaks that play 20 years, but they're far few and in between. And Dak's already made $500 million. I don't see Dak wanting to stick around to play that long, if that makes any sense. He's made his billions, 500 million.
I like this comment here because it says, "I'm worried that Giants taking Styles and Downs they could do that." They could, but in that last scenario, they didn't. They skipped on them, right? So we were able to get them. So it's like you're saying, it could be a like the CeeDee Lamb situation. He falls there, and you take him. So and then in this other scenario, they did take him, and Reese is gone. But you
I
do
think
have
Reese is going to fall. I think Reese is going to fall because
Reese.
nobody really knows what he is. He only had, he's a 1 year wonder, but really an 8 game wonder. And it was one hell of an 8 games. But then once people figured out, oh, we're going to chip him, we're going to do that, he vanished. He was on the side of a milk carton for the second half of the season. In my opinion, he's an edge to me. And
Yeah,
he
no,
brought
he's definitely an edge. I don't think he
his,
would get
his,
past the Washington. I think Quinn would see he would see Michael Parsons in him and take him at 7. He probably wouldn't get past Washington.
Reese has like Abdul Carter bend. Yes,
Mhm.
Reese 1000% has crazy bend. That's why I would, and he doesn't have the biggest. He's tall, but he doesn't have the biggest like jacked out frame that I want as a middle linebacker in the NFL. So I would, lock him in the room, serve him double portions of protein and everything else, put 20 pounds on him, and he can be a sick edge, man. He has crazy bend,
Let's say
crazy.
let's say in this scenario at 12 they went Thieneman here. Let's go Thieneman there at 12 in this one here, and then at 20, see they went Vega, so he went early there. So we're on the clock here. 12, there went Jordan Tyson. There went McCoy. There was Sadiq. So interesting names came off the board after 12. Edric Falk there. He's still there. We got our guy from the secondary, Thieneman. I think they would go. Let's see if they have any. Oh my God, there's Caden Proctor just standing there too. But they do. They do. Omar Cooper's there too. He's there, and KC. Yeah, I wonder how high they are on their board.
Here's my deal with the wide receiver at the second pick. Now, if we draft, I love Cooper. I love Concepcion. You can tell by my rankings. I even like Surratt. I just have to find out who Jeff Kavanaugh, whoever his number one wide receiver is. I'm just gonna do a video and cross him off the. I don't care who it is. If it's Connell Tate, I will cross him on the board because I won't lose on that one. But if my theory on the wide receiver at 20, if we take a wide receiver at 20, Pickens draft Pickens draft value becomes like a sixth rounder. Because teams know like they can be able to fleece us because he's gonna stay here 1 year. If we were to trade Pickens before the first round, that's when to do it. But to take a wide receiver at 20, you just lost all trade value for Pickens, and someone's going to offer you like a fourth or a fifth round.
Yeah, they might do that. So let's say that in this scenario, we're faced with Caden Proctor. I have a feeling, unfortunately, that he's on their board. So going
Oh my
with
god!
Proctor, and even Falk is here, bro. Like honestly, I would take Falk over Proctor
Yeah,
at
yeah.
20. So let's look at that scenario. But would you take Mesidor over Falk?
If I was, let's say, one of the top teams that are always contributing, you can. Don't get me wrong. Injuries play a factor into how the playoff shape and stuff like that. But usually, you still have that certain core of teams that are going to be in the playoffs. If I was one of those teams that I had my veterans there and I'm not in a rebuilding, I don't have a problem with Mesidor at all. But like, let's say, okay, perfect example, Arizona Cardinals, they need everything. You're just gonna, that's a wasted pick putting Mesidor on the Arizona Cardinals on it because they got like a 5-year rebuild. You know what I'm trying to say? But you put a Mesidor on a Minnesota, the New England, I mean Buffalo, even. Like I don't have a problem with that at all. The teams that are always going to be there, that's where I don't have a problem with the 25 to 26-year-old players. But on a team that's on a full rebuild, now don't get me wrong. If you can get me Mesidor in round 2, yeah, I would take him too. But the I just for the Dallas Cowboys, I need big edges and I need big defensive tackles because defensive coordinator said we're running a 4-2, a 5-2, a 6-3, a 3-4, a 10-1. He said we're running anything. We don't even know.
What about Caden McDonald? Nobody's talking about him. Would he be an option at 20? What do you think about him or Christian Miller?
Love Christian Miller is he's my top 3 tech, I think. Christian Miller is a 3 tech to me. But now I love Caden McDonald. He's a monster in the middle, but you don't think he's a carbon copy of Williams in like the way his body is built?
I think he's
So
like a bowling ball to me.
they're both bowling ball 0 techs in a 3-4.
Mhm.
Me personally, I would not put Caden McDonald out as a 5 tech in a 3-4 defense. I wouldn't. To
Oh
me,
yeah, no,
he's
yeah, for
not.
sure. Yeah, for
But
sure.
I do love him. Let's say if we didn't have Williams on our team, I'd be like, yeah, let him play 1, let him play 0, and he's a beast. But
What about
unfortunately,
Peter Woods? Would he be an option here, or are you rolling the dice there, hoping that you get 2024 Peter Woods?
you got to trust your scouts, and uh, it's it's tough, man. In 2024, he was a beast. I'm being nice when I'm saying, did him and Parker just read their pre-draft hype? You know what
Would,
I'm
would,
trying to
would,
say?
would the Cowboys have Falk on their board higher than Woods? What do you think? I think they would. Based on,
It all depends what defense you're gonna run.
I think on the measurables, I think they probably would. They've
You
got
know,
Quentin Williams already. They've got what do you call it? They've got some defensive tackles here.
they got Kenny. I guess I don't know if they signed him yet. Kenny Clark, right?
Yeah,
They got him.
Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams.
I mean, if you want to go that route, I would play both of them in the middle. I would put both of them in the middle. Then you got Ezraku. Hopefully, he managed to get his legs bigger than his arms this season. And
Yeah,
Jerry
I think
Jerry probably would go Keldrick Fork 1,000%.
I think it would
Because
be orange because you have no pass rushers right now at all, man.
none, none,
Let's go.
none.
Let's go. Falk here in this scenario. It'll soften the blow here on fans going through the scenario. There went Caden Proctor. Okay, let's see where. Okay, there went the linebacker. There's C.J. Allen at the end of the first, right?
Yes.
There went Jacob Rodriguez, top of the second.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
went you were saying.
I was saying a little bit later. I was saying.
Mm-hmm. So Malachi Lawrence.
They're high on him. He
Jadarian Price.
was
That'd be awesome.
6'4". I think he's like 240ish, somewhere around there. I
Trading
think
Stooks.
I think I had Malachi Lawrence as my ninth rated edge. Trading Stooks, uh, how can I phrase this? He reminds me, if we went back to the old school and you had the strong safety and the strong safety was the thumper. The free safety was the more bull hawk, can cover better. That's how I would compare him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would compare him to
Trading Stooks.
more of
Cowboys
a
have
bull
that.
hawk.
Here we are, 92. So we lost out on the linebackers. I just want to go back here and take a look. So Cowboys currently don't have a second rounder unless they move back in. Maybe they trade a future pick. Maybe somehow they
I
bundle.
told you that. I told you
Maybe
that.
they bundle Brandon Aubrey with a pick. They get back in. Who knows? But man, I feel like the Cowboys have to find a way to get back in the second round, bro.
They have to. No, I agree. I agree.
I feel like they gotta find a way to get back in the second round, man. We lost CJ Allen at 31. Was he the first linebacker off the board? Yeah, it sure was. So CJ Allen at the end of the first. Jacob at the top of the second at 38.
Where'd Anthony Hill go?
Anthony Hill at 44 to the Jets.
If
We
Anthony
got
Hill
White.
would if Anthony Hill could have came out after 2024 season, he'd be first rounder, hands down. The year he had Anthony Hill.
Looks like you got maybe. Oh no, there went Josiah Trotter as well. He's gone. So that little bunch. Okay, so then you get into the next tier. There went Deontay Lawson. There went Galday. You might get a
Yes,
little bit wiped out there. There's a hybrid Lewis. He went there. So what's left?
Galladay has good size.
See, the Caleb Elams Orr, I think would be somebody that the Cowboys would probably consider, and not the sexiest name either. That would be like if they called the name, I think fans would be like, all right.
He did have a lot of production in college, but
Yeah.
I think I could do better. I think.
Yeah, the third round, it's like, yeah, you're kind of getting into this other tier. Now, I would love Keyshawn Elliott. That might be
Yeah,
my
yeah.
emergency linebacker. If I needed to get one there in the third, that would be my dude right there.
I put him late, but he's a highlight reel. He definitely is a highlight reel. He's just
I
speed
like
deep.
I like Trey York, but man, he's short. I don't think the Cowboys would take him.
Nah, he's 5'11". No way.
Yeah,
No way. No way.
Perkins. Perkins in the third seems kind of rich, but they do love LSU linebackers, man.
Yeah, they gotta have injury. They gotta have broken necks. But he's so small, man. If you want to take him and put him at safety, yeah. Or if you want to move him around, yeah. I get it. He has great speed, but his track speed does not equate to the football field. And
That's
he's
how
come.
they'll sell it in their post draft conference. Like, we like his, we like that he can be versatile and this and that. He can play in different packages as a safety or a linebacker or
And he
yeah,
can, but he
yeah,
also blew his knee out in 2024. He didn't
right.
play 2024. Who knows who did that surgery? But all I'm trying to say is, there's plays you watch him on the field where he's just standing there like he got 10 pounds of cement on each foot, and the play is going right by him. So, not to listen, I'm sorry. I'm out on LSU linebackers for a long time. I'm sorry. I just am.
Yeah. The one that would scare me would be this Kendall Daniels. This guy's slow, dude. And
It's
they like their Oklahoma guys too, man. I'd be like, I could see them doing something goofy like that. You got Orms, Perkins, even Aiden Fisher, right? They
if
come
Aiden
out.
Fisher was 6'3", he'd go at the end of round one. Yo, I've never seen a player be in the right spot at the right time more than Aiden Fisher. And I see some drafts of him going in the seventh round. He's not the biggest. He's like 6'1", 240-ish, somewhere around there. If that kid was 6'3", he'd be going the end of round one. He just has a listen, he must watch tape like non-stop because I've never seen you're not gonna get that lucky every single game. And he's always in the right place at the right time. And the way I look at it is as he has to be he's a student of the game and watches crazy film because he's always in the right spot. Day three, that kid is a day three steal. Steal that kid, in my opinion.
What if they decide to go offensive tackle here in the third round? Who would be
I'm a,
your guy?
who's on the board? I'm afraid this is a great
You
right
got
tackle draft. The left tackle is horrendous.
you got Drew Shelton, Isaiah World, Austin Barber.
I like Austin Barber. Isaiah World has toothpicks for legs. I do like Drew Shelton. And notice I hate it when everybody always wants to stick like an offensive tackle if he's an inch shorter and his arm is 1 inch shorter. I hate it when everybody goes, oh, he has to go to guard. He has to go to guard.
Yeah,
I do like Drew Shelton a lot from Penn State, but hate to contradict myself, I do see him getting moved inside to left. Even though he didn't give up any sacks, I do see him giving up. I see him moving inside. I'm
yeah,
not lying. This is probably the worst left tackle draft I've ever seen in my
yeah. They got
life.
a shitload of guards. A
Oh
lot
yeah,
of.
loaded guards, loaded guards. But if we had to go tackle, um, it would. If we needed it probably would be Austin Barber. I like him a lot. I mean,
Single receiver here. Do you want to give Dak a weapon here? Brennan Thompson, the speedster. You got Malik Benson as well, a little bit taller, but he's fast as well.
how about Ted Hurst? Is he available in round three?
Ted Hurst, no, that's somebody snagged him already.
Damn.
Where did he go? There he
Let me
went
get,
to San Francisco.
let me get my charges real quick. I got my charges real quick.
He went 58 to San Francisco. So let's make the pick here. Let's go ahead and say that they're going to get their linebacker, and let's just say they're going to go Harold Perkins. They love LSU. You know, they Jabril Cox. Oh, freaking! What was the other dude that we drafted with the fused back? What was his name?
Damone Clark.
Ramon Clark. I mean, they just have a history. I think they would. I mean, he might be high on their list there.
Who's
I don't
that?
I don't think Perkins was on their 30 visit list, but that doesn't matter. A lot of their picks are not on the 30 list. It's just more of a guide. So
Like I said, is he a chess piece? Yeah. But if you think you're going to leave Perkins or Lewis, the pit linebacker, inside in the middle and get pounded on by 6'6", 340-pound guards. No, bro, it's not gonna happen. It's nah. They have their place. But okay, perfect example. Philadelphia Eagles have 15 draft picks, and that's not even with trading Brown. If they took one or both of them and moved them around everywhere, yeah, it makes sense because they got 15 draft picks and they can they can play with that, but us, no, hell no, man. They're too small. I
Let's
mean,
do
that's our problem. We're
7
small up
round
front.
draft.
It's
Let's do a
it's
7 round here. Let's do this. Let's do a Will McClay draft here, Dan. Let's do a 7 round Will McClay draft. Ignore what all of us like, what the fans like. Some of the fans might like Will McClay, like what he does, but let's try to see. Let's try to step in the shoes of Will McClay. All right, and where
I
do you guys
love
think?
it. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna love it when our fans and then even I guess they want to call themselves content creators, whatever. They say F those picks. We can't hit on those picks. So my response is, so you're saying Will McClay sucks, right? Oh no, 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 he's great. Well, which one is it? Which one is it? You got to make a decision. But
This is crazy. I think this is this is we would 12 to 13, and they give you 61. I think I would take that.
it all depends if he got washed or not. You know what I'm trying to
Jeremiah
say?
Love, he's on still on the board there. That's wild.
Who's looking to come up? Who's looking to make that?
That's the Rams.
He would be pretty scary at but don't the Rams pick 11? Pretty sure the Rams pick 11. We pick 12. So the
Uh,
Giants are like,
no, the Dolphins pick 11. We're
okay,
at 12,
Dolphins pick 11.
and
Okay.
the Rams want to move up one spot to take somebody.
And
Let's
I
take
would they would probably take Jeremiah Love, I would think.
let's take this one. They didn't. They took Spencer Fano.
Oh my
Jeremiah
God.
was still on the board there. All right. Will McClay. What would he do here? I think. I think they would take Jeremiah Love in this scenario.
1000% they would. Because
So
the only thing Jerry and Steven's gonna be thinking about is all they're either gonna give him 33 or 22. Oh, he's the next Emmett, he's the next Tony Dorsett, or 34. They'll give him Herschel Walker's number. That's the Cowboys. They're just
see,
gonna
I,
be
I and I think you're going to see something wild like this in this draft, like a Monroe Freeling, somewhere that you would think would go like late first, gets drafted way the hell up here. I could see that happening.
I
But take
don't have a yeah, I agree with you. I don't have a problem with the kid. I think his best football is ahead of him, but I think he's like 3 years away. I I just do. I
yeah,
mean, if I had a choice of Monroe Freeland or taking Ione, Manamanu Slender, Penn State's guard, throwing him at left guard, and then putting Tyler Smith at left tackle, that sounds that's a win now. While we have let's supposedly Dak's last 3 year window open, that's a better one, in my opinion. That looks better going that route than drafting Freeling and throwing him out there. Because don't get me wrong, he's a big, tall, lanky kid, but he's not jacked, man. He needs to put
they're
on some serious size, that kid.
near San Francisco. They want to move up from 27. They want to
They
move
want
up
to move up.
7 and
What
give
are
us
they?
58.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I think I'd take this one too.
Yeah.
Let's take that one.
You can probably take that one and still get Zion Young at 27, in my opinion.
Let's see. Let's reject those right there. So they got. So we got Jeremiah Love fell in our lap. We're trading that 21 at 20th with San Francisco, and we picked up their 58. They're gonna go defense, would be my guess.
Yeah. And
Mesidor, Colton Hood. Zion
They need
Young.
the left tackle too. Is it Trent Williams? Like if he's going to play this year or not? Or no? I mean, he's got to be approaching 40. I mean,
Let's see, who did they take? They ended up taking ended up taking Caden Proctor. I would love that, bro. If they took him and we got their other pick,
I could see that. I mean,
some of these GMs don't get it. But anyway, we're here and we're gonna take Ty Simpson. No, I'm just kidding. The Zion Young. Zion Young hits those measurables. Jacob Rodriguez is there too. Do you want to take a linebacker here? What would the okay? So this is a good scenario here for the Cowboys. They move back. You've got your linebackers, but you also have your edge guys, right?
yeah.
Where do they have them stacked, Danny? That's what I'm trying to figure
Oh,
out. Like,
that's yeah. I mean,
where
I'm crazy high on Sutton. I'm crazy high on Anthony Vincent out of Duke. Both 6'5", 6'6" guys, and could put could put more size on their frame. Like you said, the $1 million question is what their board looks like.
they've done their work on the Miami kids. They went out there full force, interviewing these guys, right? Zion Young's the one that they're not. It feels like he would still be the pick here.
Listen, I don't have a problem because, like I said, either way, I think we're gonna have to double dip. So, I mean,
What is more okay? What is more of a need, a linebacker or an edge rusher?
a big giant goon in the middle to stop the run, or a big edge that okay, maybe he's not Miles Garrett that's going to get you 20 sacks, 23, 24 sacks, but a big edge that can get you 10 sacks but still stop the run, if that makes any sense.
And we
Because
when we are drafting as Will McClay,
Will
so
McClay, yeah.
I think that
I,
I don't see them taking the linebacker there.
yeah, I don't see McClay taking Jacob Rodriguez there. I don't.
I don't see him taking any of these guys there. He's gonna get the big guy with the size, and I do see him taking. I mean, I could see him taking Mesidor or Young. Gosh, he might even take Parker. But let's go Young here. He just hits all the measurables. I think McClay's just too big on that.
Yeah.
Um, no, okay. Let's see. Now our picks here. We picked up 58 and 61. Okay, in our trade downs.
Can't beat that.
Do we want to stick and pick, or do we want to trade up and get a linebacker?
But what we're at 58 and 61, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I say we stick it. I say we let the board come to us.
Okay, let's do it because that's probably what these guys would do. Resume. There went Jacob Rodriguez. He's gone. Jay Parker.
Where did Hill go? Where did Anthony Hill go? Where did he go?
I think they're still available. Yep.
I would jump on him. I would if Hill's still on the board now. I'm telling you, his 2024 tape is a highlight show. Highlight show.
And this is because we picked up twos in these trade downs. So that's from we got a 2. We moved down 7, picked up third because they didn't have a third because we got their third. Is it realistic? I don't know, but it happened. So, and Anthony Hill is there, dude, and I do think they would take him as well. We're gonna
Let
take
me ask
Anthony.
you. But now, as much as that's not realistic, how about if I called you up and said, "Yo, San Fran just gave us a 3 for Osa. You take it out of here. So that's not realistic either, and it still happened.
It
You know what
still
I'm
happens.
saying?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. That's all you got to say. Um, and here we are with the other trade that we did with the Rams to move up one spot. They gave us 61, but they got a lot of ammunition, so they didn't mind making that pick there. So we got our line. So I
Who's
mean,
there
we're
on
looking.
the safety room? Who's there on the safety?
Let's take a look. Kamari Ramsey, bro. Jalen Kilgore. What
I
would
think
McClay?
what I like about Kilgore is I think he could play. He could play inside and outside. Kilgore, but Kamari Ramsey, Kilgore. Who else?
Bud Clark, Zachy Wheatley,
I do like Zakia Wheatley. I do. N- Okay, Zakia Wheatley has better size than Ramsey, but that's flip a coin to me, to be honest with you. But I would
What about
Ramsey is the higher rated safety.
Cassius Howell or R. Mason Thompson? They're there. Second round. You got Grayson Halton as well. Defensive tackle still available. I feel like the Cowboys would take him. I don't know why, but they like them Oklahoma DTs.
The Canadian tricycle.
What do you think about Cassius Howell here? You got your big guy with Zion Young. You got Anthony Hill. Cassius Howell still sitting here in the second round.
Crazy Bend, older player. He honestly he could have came out like 2 years ago because he was at Bowling Green for 3 years and went off. Uh,
Who's he a McClay guy though? Does it, can he live with the shorter arms? That's the only thing that would probably take him off McClay's list, right?
to a point, but okay, I get that when you say like they make their boards and they say no, we got this guy ranked right here. But if a certain guy like that falls to a certain spot later on in the draft where you're like, okay, yeah, I'm much more comfortable taking this kid to end of round 2, round 3 than round 1. I don't have a problem with Cassius Howell like late round 2, round 3. Now, do I have a problem with him at 12 or 20? Hell yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? But if Dallas wanted to take him late, at that pick, I wouldn't, which we didn't even have until we went into the draft and,
Mm,
we did the trades. So at that point, you'd be like, yeah, that's a that I can live with taking him at that position.
yeah, let's
But
take
is
him.
it him? But, I don't know, man.
Let's,
I, I just have a hard time that he's the only one making the board, if that makes any sense, man. Because some of his picks just don't make sense,
oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
especially
this
like
R. Mason Thompson feels like that would be a McClay pick, like 100%.
like when Big Mike and Dan Quinn when Dan Quinn was DC, he was making some like picks where no way Will McClay had those guys on his board. No way. And if he
Mm,
did, he should have been fired right then and there. You know, I just can't see it. I mean, I can't see
yeah.
how
Hmm.
I can't. I just can't. It just doesn't make sense.
Oscar Delp, Ted Hurst. Any of those
Oscar
guys do
Delp.
anything?
Oscar Delp is a crazy underrated tight end. Uh, his problem is, he has crazy soft hands and he's fast. But his problem is he's a great blocker. So
Mm,
coaches tend to use him more to bury people
Yeah.
than going out and catching pass. But he's very, very underrated. Ted Hurst is definitely boom or bust, can fly, he can jump, he can go up with that 50-50 ball. But and I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with Dallas taking a wide receiver. But I do have a problem with them taking a wide receiver if Perkins is on if Pickens is on this team. Because for what? We're gonna take our third wide receiver in round two, round three. But that's something Will McClay would do. Would
Mhm.
do. He would do that because he did it with Tolbert. He did it with Jalen Tolbert.
What about Grayson Halton here? Second round. Oklahoma lineman.
Rich, if that makes I just noticed I just have a thing. I'm just not the biggest fan of the Big 12 guys. A lot of the Big 12 guys, it just doesn't seem to like
Oh, I know, and
translate.
that's why I think Grayson would be high on their list because they love. That's why I think Holton would be there. This Armis and Thomas would be high on their list, and these are guys that are not being talked about. Like I could see McClay taking one of these dudes.
No, they do like their Oklahoma guys. They definitely do. They got a good
Armis,
wide. They got a good wide receiver. He had a bad year, but they have a Deion Banks. He's going to go later on, third round, but he can fly. He has good hands too. Just their quarterback sucked.
what do you think McClay would do here? Yeah,
He would Will McClay. He would take. He would take a wide receiver. That's what he would do. I think. I think he would take a wide receiver,
you got Ted.
or the Oklahoma kid,
Oh,
because
you
the
got some.
Oklahoma because the Oklahoma kid's a three tech.
What about Skylar Bell? Is he better than Ted Hurst in your opinion?
Two different completely receivers. Skylar Bell's like 5'10", 190. Blazer. Blazer had like I think 111 catches, double digit touchdowns. Where Ted Hurst, he's like 6'3", 190. So I think they would go Ted Hurst 1000% over.
Yeah, we'll go Hurst there. I think they're going
over
to protect themselves from Pickens in 2027,
yeah.
and you got Hurst in there. So can you imagine Hurst, Lamb, Pickens? It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Round
yeah.
three,
I, I
number
just
90.
wish I just wish Ted Hurst could play linebacker, defensive tackle. But
Yeah, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's I can see them doing that.
Welcome to Saturday Night Antics, baby. Hit like if you haven't already. Hope you guys are enjoying tonight's draft insanity. Going
Only
through these scenarios.
4 more days.
Let's take. So we're gonna stick and pick here. Okay, let me see. Yeah, 92. This is the Osa pick. They got a hit on this one because they ripped off the 49ers. They can't fumble and bumble this pick. So,
I
man,
was
they
just
got.
I was just gonna say that the fact that we got that we fleeced them. Watch we bomb this pick. Watch this. I think this pick is gonna be like what? Who? What? I just got a feeling because they just
Well,
figure, oh, we got this for nothing. We can take a chance. We can take a
well, let,
chance on somebody.
well, let's do that because we're acting as Will McClay. So, who would that be?
Who's on the board? Give me some names.
I would probably be this Michael Trigg. They met with him.
Uh, that's the
Uh,
Baylor kid, correct?
yeah.
That's the yeah. You're right. Yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. When McClay would take him. 1000%.
Yeah, we'll go Michael Trigg here because I agree, man. It's gonna be one of those things where they're like, oh, this is a luxury pick.
Yeah, what's the big deal if we waste it? We didn't have it 2 months ago. That's how they're
Mhm.
gonna look at it.
Michael Trigg, Will McClay, special, and it would be like they call the name. A lot of fans, I mean, a lot of fans would be like, who the hell is that? Right?
Yeah, no, a lot of fans will say, "Who the hell is that?" But a lot of fans, I think, would still be happy just because it's another weapon. I take that back. It's another player to help Dak Prescott. You know,
The fourth round, Will McClay, running backs. He already got his tight end. Do they go back to defense? Caleb Proctor.
no, he can't still be on the board.
Um, we got Anthony Hill. We got Zion Young, Hurst, Trigg. Right now, Will McClay is full of himself. This is probably where they start just tanking the draft, start making goofy shit, right?
Yeah, drafting special teams.
They start taking the foot off the pedal and start drafting weird shit, man. That's what he's done. He's got the track record of that.
No, absolutely. That's why I'm saying like those picks that Dan Quinn made those 3 years, like trading up for people we never even heard of. No way that was on. No way that was on McClay's board. No way. I don't believe it.
So it'd probably be like somebody like this, like a Devin Moore or Devin Marshall. Probably be like
And
one of these guys. And he's got the size, right? Devin Moore, tall, rangy kind of cornerback.
he
Devin Moore.
does. But do you think he likes his cornerbacks much taller, or is it was he got that rubbed off of him with Quinn? If that makes any sense.
I think that I don't know, man. What was Claiborne? He was
Oh, he
five
was
eleven.
short as hell. Yeah, he was short as hell. Claiborne.
Yeah, he's like 5'11" or something like that, right? Yeah, I think it came into play. I think it came into play with when Quinn came in here because he was all
Yes.
about the he liked the long arms, the wingspan,
But
right?
I don't know. I just have a thing where I think when corners get too tall, they look goofy back there. They're not fluid. Their hips
Oh
are
yeah.
not great. I just,
hmm
I'm not a really big fan of the tall corners. If that makes any sense.
I think this will be the first Anthony Hill. Was he a 30 visit or I think he was a 30 visit, right?
I'm not sure, but at worst, he's a Dallas day, right? I mean,
I know they had dinner with them. Let's go Malik Muhammad here. They met with him 3 days. This will
now,
be
okay, this is this what scares me about Malik Muhammad.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not a big Texas football fan, but I watch all football. And Texas ran a lot of zone.
Mhm.
Is it Christian Parker big on man?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. He says sometimes you'll be in different disguises, right? Sometimes they'll go into zone. Sometimes they'll be in man. So
Okay, but
it runs all.
but perfect example is like a guy like Larry Brown. Larry Brown at that point was good with the Cowboys because Cowboys were playing zone, and then when he went to the Raiders, who played man, he washed out. So like Malik Muhammad, I think is better in a zone
Mhm.
scheme than man. I don't know if he has the, in my
Yeah.
opinion, the speed. That's when I don't know, man. That's what just blows my mind when people say, "Oh, everybody." Don't get me wrong. There are players that can. do a multitude of different schemes, but then there isn't.
Mhm.
You know, if that makes any sense. Like I don't know. It's just
We'll go. Let's go. Charlie Demons to trade to change it up because I know they met with him too. We'll go with him just to change it up because I've seen Malik Muhammad a little bit too much myself with the Green Bay.
maybe that's like a smoke screen by bringing him in. You know what I'm saying?
Good bees. Yes, some of those 30 visits definitely are smoke screens. Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors.
And Dallas. They had to have passed already.
Yeah, it did happen a long time ago.
I'd like to see that list. I'd
Senator
like.
Silence. Mm. Safety. Safety still hasn't been taken yet. In fifth round, they love taking safeties in the fifth. Let's get one here. VJ Payne, Michael Toff, Singleton, Husky, Wendell Williams Jr. sounds like a pick that they would do.
I like Tafa
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
Texas. But know who I can see a Will McClay safety pick is the kid Cole Wisniewski out of Texas Tech. I can see that being a Will McClay type pick. Just the fact that he's 6'4", former linebacker. We don't he does play like a linebacker versus the run, but I got a feeling he didn't even get invited to the combine, which doesn't mean anything. A lot of players make teams that don't go to combines, don't go to none of that stuff. But I can see, oh, he come up and he can stop the run. He has the size, but he's going to get torched. You know what I'm trying to say by a lot of these NFL wide receivers. I can see a Will McClay going for. I don't think he would go for Taffer out of Texas at all. At all. I don't think that's a
I
Will
agree.
McClay.
You make a good point there about Cole. So we'll take Cole there. McClay likes him. Yeah, I don't see him taking Michael either. Fortunately, they should, but
They
they
should.
won't.
They should. The kid is
Hmm.
such a sore loser, and I love that. Love that.
Oh, yeah, he came up. He really earned his bones. Good kid, man. 177 now. What does Will McClay look at? Probably looking at special teamer, maybe a linebacker, cornerback. Dalen
I-
Everett, Andre Fuller, TJ Colin Wright from Stanford. I could see him doing some goofy shit. Alzillian Hamilton, Fresno State. I could see him doing that one there.
Special teamer or any light linebackers. I would think.
You still got Jack Kelly, Lander Barton,
That's what I'm
Betcher,
saying. And I
Gentry.
and I think those guys will be there. They will be there draft weekend. 1,000%. Those guys will.
And these are all the guys that we like. And I know the Cowboys, they never take these guys, bro.
No, no, they
Like
don't.
we like Kelly, we like Barton, we like Betcher, Murdoch. It would be more like I don't know, like this Eric Gentry. I haven't looked at enough games of him, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Here, okay. All right. Here. This is Eric Gentry and put a football jersey on him.
Mhm.
He does not have okay. He looks like Isaiah World's calf. You know how Isaiah World has no muscle at all on his calf?
Mhm.
That's what Eric Gentry. Eric Gentry is a 6'6", 225-pound linebacker that looks like he plays basketball and he showed up at the wrong stadium and somebody gave him a football uniform. Like
Yeah,
seriously, that's the only way I can, I would put him on the outside, tell him to rush, but is he a special teamer? Yeah, 1,000%.
Sabian Story Jr., bro. This is the guy right here. This is the guy. Arkansas. linebacker.
Oh, he's very productive, very fast on a horrendous team. Right,
Mhm.
horrendous team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him right here in the fifth round. Zay,
Very
Zay
productive,
Flowers.
very fast, very fast on a horrendous team. Horrendous they were.
And then here we are in the fifth with 180. Do they get their token offensive lineman here?
I'm sure
They probably do.
there's still good tackles on the board round five.
Travis Burke, bro, he's still there. The Mauler. Uh, I probably won't take him. They'll probably go some goofy shit. Carver Willis. Oh, okay. What about Riley Malham?
All
Malman.
right. This is what I like about him. He's started over 50 games at Wisconsin. Majority of them were at right tackle. This past season, they put him out to left tackle. He played fine, yet he's like 6'5", 6'6", but yet they were pissed off at him when he at it, I believe Wisconsin's pro day when a lot of teams were down on him because he only weighed in at 305. Okay, so fucking lock him in a room and say, yo, you prick, you want a contract? Make him turkey, make him roast beef, eat. You know, he has the frame to make him big. I mean, to get bigger. But supposedly, like a whole bunch of teams were pissed off that he only weighed. But see, this is what blows my mind. They're pissed off at a kid like this that is great third day value,
Hmm.
but yet they love Lomu and Fanu, who are skinnier than him. And
Yeah,
I would have loved to see Lomu and Fanu play in the Big Ten. I would love to see them play offensive tackle in the Big Ten. That just shows you how like it's
let's do it. Let's go around. Let's go Riley Malman.
that's basically a swing tackle and just tell them to eat more.
Yeah, and I think
Over
that
over 50 started over 50 games, like 54, 56.
yeah, that's a Will McClay special right there. Versatility.
I mean, listen, if the only thing you can bitch about is the guy not weighing enough, all right, fucking
Mhm.
eat. Eat.
Yeah, this is coming out good. This is exactly how this could fall. You know with the McClay drafts are always like in the beginning of the draft. You kind of you might know a few of these names, and then day two, day three, it's more of the under the radar guys that they usually take the lesser talked about prospects, right? So seventh round, Danny.
Have we taken? We took one safety, so where we double dipped along the D line. Where so uh,
We've got our secondary Demings, Wisniewski. We got our linebacker, special teamer. I think we're looking at probably another. We got our O lineman, probably another linebacker or corner.
mm,
No, another linebacker because we got Anthony Hill and we got Xavier Story. So they would probably throw a dart at another corner, maybe another edge guy. Probably an edge.
how how about throwing a dart at a seventh round quarterback?
Seventh round quarterback.
A seventh round a quarterback. How about throwing like if there's one out there, there's the Yukon. You asked me about Skylar Bell, but his quarterback is flying up the boards. This kid Joe Fagano, 6'4", 222, nice size, passed for 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, one interception. He's been around though, a little bit older. He started off at Maine. Then he went to UConn. But what from and I hear the birds chirping, but from what I've heard, he's flying up the board as a sleeper. Would they probably do it? No, because we got Milton. We signed Sam Howell to be the next, Thurston Howell third. I mean, so they probably wouldn't do it. So they would probably throw a pick at. I would say a corner. I would probably think they would throw another pick because we don't know if how Bland's foot is going to be. We don't know if Sharon, what a name, man. I mean,
That cracks me up when you call him Sharon. All right, what about this Alzillian Hamilton?
no, where's he play? I have no clue.
Fresno State.
Fresno State. There
Come
is
on.
a Fresno State kid getting a lot of hype though. I know that though. But I don't know.
Alzillian. Billion, bro. Not million, not billion, zillion, bro.
Zillion. Damn, he made it. You know that's a fake name. That's definitely a fake last name. Zillion. Give me Zillion. It sounds better. Yeah, I could see any corner. I could see that would be a
Preston Hodge, cornerback from Colorado. Maybe Dion puts in a name here. So hey, take this kid.
a good word.
Uh,
It's possible.
TJ Hall. Thought he would have had a better combine. He's still on the board here. Iowa. Chariano Pride Jr., Missouri. Mizzou. Damani Jackson, Alabama.
Alabama. Everett's probably off the board by now, right? From Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would definitely. I think Will McClay definitely will go corner in this position because there's listen. I get it. There's still a lot of uncertainties in that area, but yo, we made our bed. We got to lay in it, and we have to fix the first two. The first two levels of the defense, and if the corners got it, I mean, we gotta stop the run. That has to be priority number one: stopping the run.
This Alzillion, 5'11". Probably a little bit too. Probably want somebody with a little bit more size. Damani Jackson from Bama, 6'1", 194.
That fits them right down. That's it. They're looking at him. They're like, all right, special teamer right off the bat will help. He can play special teams. We'll throw him in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there, bro. This is the Will McClay draft. We'll post up the final here.
Then we can throw dog shit at it because that's Will McClay's draft, man. I don't know, man. I just like it. Like when we took, what was it? Right, I believe. No way. You can tell me Will McClay had that board. No way.
That was the most bizarre pick in human history, bro.
And then the one draft we gave up a pick and moved up to draft that kid Eric Scott, and I don't even know if he's alive anymore. It's like he was on Dallas for like a year or two, and then he just vanished.
That's what they do, bro. They're so bad, man. They oh man, I hate that crap.
And not only was he a bust, you traded up for him and gave up picks. So that's like a double whammy. He sucked, and you gave up picks to get him.
Yeah, I would say anything outside the third, but I think we got. Man, did we get right at the end of the third? Right?
Yeah, Wright was a third round. Deshaun Wright was a third round pick.
Yeah, so I would say, man, from the third round on, that's when they start really crapping the bed here, bro. So it's like, that's why I was like, okay, after Ted Hurst, they're going to start making some weird shit. Michael Trigg, that makes sense. Will McClay.
Yeah.
Charlie Demings. they brought him in for a look. See, Cole Wisniewski, I could see that too. So even Soria, Arkansas, I could totally see that, and the Riley Malman and the mine. Yeah, I mean, this has all the hallmarks of a Will McClay draft.
That's horrendous.
It's wild, isn't it? And it's a large draft class too. The large draft classes are usually not good for the Cowboys. So this one's got eight. This has got 10 draft picks. I feel like
And
when
I
they, that's the thing about it too, man. I worry about trading back and acquiring picks because they get kind of goofy with them, bro. Right?
we were famous for that in the Romo years. During the Romo years, there was drafts we had like 12, 13 picks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we just went like 12-4. Do you really think 13 guys are gonna make this team next year? Where the strategy I would do, and like what Philadelphia does, Philadelphia has 15 picks. They're not drafting 15 guys. They'll use
Mhm.
all that like to move up and down.
Yeah.
So I got 15 picks, let's say hypothetically. I will use them to get to 6, 7 guys that I want. And I
Hmm.
know we're going to make the team. Because what's the purpose of drafting 15 players when you know they're not going to make the team? And if you put them on the practice squad, half of them are going to get poached. They're not going to clear. Well, half of them probably won't clear waivers. And then what? We just had a big long draft party because we drafted 15 guys. But Dallas has done that for plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
It's. I could see them doing it, dude. I can see them doing it, man. I could see them just getting crazy with it and going wild. It's like Girls Gone Wild, but it would be like McClay Gone Wild. You remember that?
suppose, supposedly that guy got sued and stuff like that for all that one time.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
Yo, funny story. I swear to God, I was working right, and get a call that I swear they're like, oh, the girl's gone. There's a large bus that says "Girls Gone Wild" on it, driving down the street, and I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do? What do you what do you want me to pull for what? They're not breaking any like. What do you want me to do? But
yeah.
thank God they just went into somebody else's precinct by that time. It's just like
That's fun,
it's
man.
that guy made millions. That guy, man. It's just telling you,
Ask
man.
Hector Aguilar the question here, Danny. Michael Toff or Emmanuel McNeil Warren?
That's a tough question. Two completely different players. Michael Taffer is excuse me, Emmanuel McNeil Warren is a much, much more better athlete. 1,000% better athlete, rangy, fast, quick. Where then we talk to Taffer, not as fast, doesn't care about CTE, doesn't care how big you are. He will come flying at you.
Mhm.
Helmets, like he'll put his head down and come. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Uh, Crazy heart. Uh, Not Emmanuel Neil Warren is much much taller. Like I said, if you can comp Texas Taffer, I would say he's how can I phrase this, man? He's kind of like a Bill Bates type wide receiver, but a little bit more athletic, but not as big as Bill Bates was. But Taff is a young kid, and he could put on another 5, 10 pounds. But he was a walk on to All American, but two completely like opposite. Everything about them is completely opposite. I wish, and I can't. I don't know if. Well, from what I've seen, I know Michael Taffer is going to take a loss a hell of a lot more serious that they lost than Emmanuel McNeil Warren. And he basically came out of nowhere this year. And I was really high on him in September. And I'm like, yo, this kid can play. And then no one started, and then like little by little, everybody starts talking about this kid. And I'm like, this kid's going to be a late rounder. But
Yeah,
I, I could live with both of them on my team, put it that way.
yeah, that's a good way to say it, man. I like him too. Zachy Wheatley, Bud Klizark.
Hawks older, similar size, very similar size, almost exactly. They're both
Right.
about 6'2",
Mm-hmm.
200. Uh, if I was drafting, I would take okay, if I was the Cowboys, and I like Wheatley a lot from Penn State, I truly do.
Yeah.
I would take him over Bud Clark just because of the age difference
Mm-hmm.
and where we're probably 31 years away from winning another Super Bowl. So I would take all the younger players that first the older guys. But Bud Clark he's legit. He's legit.
Yeah.
He's like 26, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I like Wheatley too, man. I wouldn't mind him on the team
I,
either, man.
not at all. But is it me or it's like, all right, we took Connor McGovern. Okay, we took Connor McGovern and then we took Micah. But like it seems like in the last 30 years, like we just haven't drafted many Penn State guys at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seems.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes and that's McClay, man, building these boards, scouts. They got too complacent, man.
I wonder what college Will McClay went to. I wonder.
I think wasn't it like Rice University? I thought it was like Rice, and then
And that makes sense.
I think they tried to give him a job offer, and he turned it down. Stayed with the Cowboys. Even I think I read that a couple years ago.
Rice. I would love to see Dallas Day who showed up. Because you figure they gotta have 1,000 kids in that place for Dallas Day with all the colleges that are around. I mean, that school, unless they cap it on how many people you can, which I don't know. I know they capped the you have the 30 visits, but I don't know if they do cap the Dallas Day
I don't
visits. I
think they
mean,
do, 'cause I saw. I mean, there was a long list of people. Even if they went to a college somewhere outside the state, I think it was
yeah,
like,
exactly. But you figure you got Texas, you got Oklahoma, Arkansas. They got the pick of the litter out of picking everybody. There's got to be 200 kids grow.
yeah, oh yeah, man. It's a big thing for them. You know.
And what I would do, okay, to me, the day starts at 001 hours that night. So if it's a Monday, we're bringing in 100 guys at 12 o'clock midnight Sunday, because 12:01 or 0001, that's Monday, and that's considered to me. Dallas Day would be a whole 24-hour event of
Yeah,
bringing as many possible. And if you don't want to come, you don't gotta come. If you don't want to play football, that's okay. That'll be a giant red flag for me too. You don't want to come, bye. But I would use Dallas Day as 24 hours to get as many people into that building. And because the crazy part is there was like a stretch of time where we were doing better with undrafted free agents than day three draft picks. Like,
yeah. That's kind of fallen off too, man. Now it's
yeah,
like it's a myth now. You know, like undrafted free agents. Like now they stopped hitting on those.
yeah. The only ones you could really talk about was like tight end, the big kid from Minnesota. That I mean, he's replaceable. And then supposedly they're high on that kid, the Clark, the Syracuse safety. I liked him last year, and they signed him. Maybe he could be a dark horse. He was a baller,
Yeah, that's right. Elijah Clark.
Elijah Clark. I mean, but
Oh,
then
follow the money. Justin Barron too. He was. They paid him a big amount, and he's still on the team. So, man, what if they come out of this with no linebackers, bro? Can you imagine?
yeah, yeah,
They-
I could, I
We got
could.
Shamar James. We got Justin Barron. We're
I,
all right.
we got Agent Zero. The zero should be for no ligaments in his name. And I know I'm just like joking around like that because it's unfortunately that he got hurt. But
Yeah,
Agent
totally.
He looked horrible last year when he was on the field.
He did. He didn't look the same.
But yet, and just me to try to like keep the kids safe, I would put him on the outside instead of Maris Leofau because at least putting him on the outside, he doesn't have to navigate through a million people. And imagine he has another knee injury. Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
That's
that would be it, bro. And I think any kind of leg injury, that's it, bro. He's done. So,
people don't realize too, especially with skill positions, and you got the knee injuries or like the muscle injuries, any injury, your body compensates in other ways to get around it, and that just makes other parts of you weaker,
mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense. But
Oh yeah.
it's the truth. But Agent, yeah, I can see them. Yeah, we got Shamar James, who in 2023 dislocated his kneecap, and they say that's like the worst injury of them all with the knees. And yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, let's roll with them. That sound good to you guys? To the grandkids. You like that? You like that, the grandkids? We all like that? Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're going to roll with those three of the
And then
linebackers.
the reason I say that is because the Cowboys they do this to us all the time. We're focusing on man, this is a need. We need this, and for the Cowboys,
It's a
they
joke.
they
It's a
go
joke.
another direct. They pivot and they go another way. You
I
know.
don't think it's so much pivot. I think they have like a board, let's like a twister, and like, all right, what do you want? Like it's like they have the board at the carnival. The brrr, like whatever it lands on, we'll pick. It just a lot of times it just seems like there's no. It's either they go into the draft with those positions not even on the team, and then everyone knows who they're going to pick, or they just say, "Yo, how about you want it? Okay, you can pick one guy, you can pick one guy, you can pick one guy, you can pick one guy." It seems like that, and that's why it's crazy hard being a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Yeah, Danny. Well, I think that's it for tonight's Saturday Night Antics. Probably the last one for the draft season. Danny, appreciate you
Definitely.
joining.
No, thank you so
What,
much.
what,
Thank you for having me.
what do you have coming up on your channel? Let the audience know what you have coming up as we get closer to draft
Look,
day.
I'm going to be putting out 7 sleepers each day until Wednesday, and I'll be live somewhere. You can find me on YouTube, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. You find me on Twitter, same way, and Instagram, the same way. And listen, man, as a Cowboy fan, just hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's well said, man. And I think we've done a really good job laying out those scenarios here, man. Now, a lot of channels don't do that. You know what I
No,
mean? But
they talk about the same three people. Every
yeah,
channel talks about the same three people.
but we've done a really good job here. The crazy scenarios, the under the radar guys. So I think we've prepared our fan base, to for these situations. So
Uh,
I like
and
that.
even a lot of the names we brought up a lot are better than a lot of the three names they all talk about. Well,
Oh yeah.
and we went through a lot of people, so
Oh yeah.
hopefully, hopefully we can hit, man. That's all
Hopefully.
as a
Well,
Cowboy fan.
We'll definitely be following up, Danny. We'll probably do some post draft, man, and I'll follow up with you, and we'll break these
Definitely.
down, man. All
Definitely.
right,
Sounds like a plan, man. Awesome.
all right, Danny.
I
Appreciate
enjoyed
it.
it. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, pound the like button. We'll see you on the next one, man. Enjoy the draft.
Peace.